Oh, that's strange. Hey, morning, Nina. Okay, let's go. Onegaishimasu. Okie, great. So we will start with a little bit of loosening. So. Okay, front and back. And side to side. Yeah. And rotating. And through the hips into the wave. And just mix all the directions in freely as you would like. Okay, and we're going to the swings. Just let the body drop into the vertical. And in the lower body, sink into the ground. And the arms just follow. Okay, and come to the hips. Okay, and to the shoulders. And both ways. And then last one, just mix all the directions in. Just playing with the connection from the hip into the hand. So play a little bit with the direction. Might be easier just play with one arm, so you can get a really clear idea of the hips as you're falling into it. Just send the hand where you like, or send it where you want to send it. Think of a very clear direction and then let the hand go to it. You can also mix in too, so say like up and then across, up and then across. It's a very simple movement, but really feel the connection is very dense. The arms really like a thick rope. And just play with both hands as well, both arms. Let's see. You can work them together the same direction. Also work them separating. And the hips got to do something different. Yes. Okay, great. Just take a bokken. We'll just do a little bit of work from the shoulder width. Feet just a little bit wider than shoulder width. So just playing with the vertical foot, just searching for the back and then going down. Nice and light. Again, let the hips really draw the arms up and down. Connecting to the sword. Nice and strongly with the hands. Just exploring the vertical. Just let it pass right through the center of the body. Feel a nice deep connection to the ground. So you drop it, and as you draw it up, draw and draw. Reach. Good. That's nice. Just watching this guy, one thing that can kind of throw the movement out basically is when the shoulders and the hips basically work against each other. So the hips pull back and the shoulders roll forward. It's really exaggerated. No one's doing this at all. But just watch for this, where the shoulders basically go up and away and the hips go back and down. Just feel that the hips are really dragging the shoulders down. So this sense here that the hip, as you engage the hip, the shoulder gets dragged into it. So think about the sword drawing down to the center of the body, rather than up and out and the hips going away. Think of everything just down. So really just think of the clear direction down, 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 down. And even when you're raising, think down. So don't think about pulling the shoulders up. Think about raising the sword from the feet. So just look at the structure of the body, especially the hips and the shoulders. You don't want them to really pull away from each other in this case. Just let them kind of sink into each other. There we go. That's it. There we go. Nice, there we go. Yeah, and one problem with the sword grip like this, because it's quite a narrow posture, is that the shoulder starts to get drawn in, so they start to kind of collapse in. And then one consequence of that, the shoulder basically pulling forward, is that you'll get this kind of posture. So think of like working at a computer when you get kind of into kind of lots of hours at a desk, and you start to kind of, the shoulders get drawn forward. This whole structure starts to get condensed, and that's where really working against the body. So in this case, really just work with the hands. Sometimes feel that you can just let the shoulders go. So feel sometimes don't worry about the hands coming forward into the cut, because if they're pulling the shoulders in, this is really going to work counter to when we want to come into the cut. So just feel free to really drop the shoulders in. So the shoulders should be really free to swing back. It's really just like when we do this kind of movement. So when you do this movement, just let the shoulder really release into it. And if it means letting go with the one hand, just let it go. And then try and keep the same feeling here. The shoulder stays open. the side of the body stays long. Nice and long too. So think length in the spine and nice and wide in the shoulders too, even though you're in quite a narrow position. But the key is really the shoulder. Let them really sink back towards the lower back. Yeah, there we go. There we go, nice. Yeah. That's it, nice. Okay, yeah, and this is also good feedback on the body. So just watch this. There'll be a kind of movement like this. What if my body's too loose in this case? So I go to here and then I do that. Then the body will go like rock through the bottom of the movement, through this movement. So the body will do a kind of rock. Really feel the body just sink down into the ground. So the shoulder stays loose, but the body's going to basically hit the ground. So it's going to hit and settle. So it's going to go like into the ground. Into the ground, but just listen to that feedback, which will go like whoa, something like that, or whoa, starts kind of dribble away. So just listen to that. So it's really important for a sense of balance. And you notice you can't make that happen. So I can't make the body settle through just that, because I will basically go into stiffness. So you've got to just basically allow it. Just allow the body to sink down. So it's as much technique as it is in a way kind of mental. Yeah, you've got to hit it with the mind as well. Let the mind settle in. So it also means that the mind needs to be also calm. So I need to have really a calm kind of sense that I'm just going to drop the body down. If I have any sense like I'm coming into a cut, so I'm going to cut through some, this will cut to kind of distort the movement a little bit. So just think that you're draining the body down. Draining the body down. Something there. Yeah, there we go. Good. And then just do the same, just bringing the feet in. So come into hand me. Draw the body up right up so that you get like a very nice clear column. Foot's right back, all the weight's on the back foot, and then just swing through it. Come up, and then just swing through it. And you can keep both hands on the sword. Keep especially now the right hand very loose, so you don't want to be gripping into it too much. Or you can even just let the right hand go. Keep the sword really anchored in the left now. So if you're going to release a hand, just release the right hand. Keep the right very light. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, just watch, especially now. You'll get a bigger feedback on the body because you're working in a slightly wider posture, and you've got a basically an angle for it. You'll get the rejection of the movement will now go like this. The body will do this to kind of counteract it. So just watch this happen, and this can be very subtle. So this is very big. So the chest kind of pulling forward and the body kind of pulling back. But you can notice very subtly in the neck. So you will notice sometimes like the neck will do something like that, and it can be very minimal. So it's like sometimes it's centimeters, sometimes it's millimeters, but you'll always get some kind of feedback. So just listen to it again, and just get more and more settled into the ground through the cut. Those kind of feedback can also be in the feet. So you might notice a kind of clinching in the feet. You might notice a kind of tightness in the knees, the hip. So there'll always be kind of something that you can relax more, you can drain more, so that you can settle more and more into the ground. Back knee, done. Stop. There we go. You want it to be as kind of tension-free as possible. In terms of the structure feeling rigid, but you should feel the structure certainly solid at the bottom. Just there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay, when you go to it's really also important you're feeling the back of the body. So just watch also the key is the back hip. So you're going to go from this position really into a column, and then really allow that back hip to also shift in. So you really feel the whole body's going to commit into the cut. So what I don't do is hold back any part of the body where I feel like this. Basically the back hip's holding it. So what you want to feel is that you're really aligning behind the motion of the cut. So the back foot doesn't move, you just press into it, but the back hip does go into it. So it doesn't stay static through the motion. This will really cause either this to happen in the body, or it will just cause me to hold back the cut. But really feel that what you're doing is pressing the whole body into it. The whole body into it. It goes right into it. So all the hip, everything in the body is going to go forward. You're just not moving the feet in this case, or you're not moving the back foot. Everything else goes into motion now. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, good. Good. You also try on the left side, left foot forward. In this case, still keep the right hand releasing. So the important thing here is the back shoulder. So what I don't do is let the shoulder drag forward through this motion. So let the back shoulder release through the motion. So I really want that back shoulder to be aligning with the back hip, not pulling forward into it, something here where it's hung forward. But just let that right arm sink down. Don't worry too much about the cutting motion. Yeah, slightly different orientation with the body. Just let it go. Just settling into it. I feel a little bit strange. The connections across the body. Yeah. There we go. Okay, great. Good. So just mix them in slowly now. Just basically left side, right side, play with them. You can go in a little bit to Zengo, but just coming into the posture here. So just letting the shoulders settle down. So you can go left side, right side. You can do this just on the spot here, but just feel that there's a nice kind of drag down through. So don't focus on the snap or the focus. Just let the sword settle down into that posture. So you've got this settling in the lower body. You just want to now basically hit the sword with that. So you've got feeling of being settled in, and then just drag it down into it. So the sword feels like it's really hitting the ground as you go down. There. And really try and feel the feelings like the sword's being dragged down rather than me pushing it from the top, which will be kind of all shoulders, upper body. Really feel that it gets dragged down. Imagine there's like a big elastic band attached to it and it's going to snap back down. So you drag it up and it snaps down. That pressure is going to come from below. Play left side, right side, right through the center of the body. Yeah, good. Nice. And then just bring in very lightly into the focus. So just letting the hands come together. There. 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 And really feel it's going to be hinged from the hip again. So the sword's really anchored in the hip. There. There. Just play with left side, right side. Alternate as you like. Just working Shomanuchi. Very nice. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, and again, just watch, don't, again, it's always in this case, you're trying to strip things away, so you're trying to make things more minimal. So just watch for when you add things into these movements, you don't want to disturb all the stuff that you built up previously. So especially when you break these exercises down and you just get these kind of movements this way, what you don't want to do is disturb that kind of calmness in the body. So if the focus is doing that by, especially in these kind of cases, something like this, the body's kind of disturbed. So it will start to kind of pull out. So I'll start to feel that's if I keep following that kind of training, the body will just get more and more rigid. And then going into movement, making it flexible will be really difficult later because I've got to unlearn all that kind of training. So just keep a sense that when you do it, when you're adding things into it, which in this case is adding in the focus, feel that doesn't disturb all the rest of the work. So especially now, it's really the priority is this kind of arcing the sword through the spine. Arcing the sword through the spine and really allowing the body to settle calmly into the ground. So the cut should have this quality of calm, even though it's very, obviously you've got a lot of potential into it. You want the same feeling that it's got a very, very calm quality because I want that calmness from the spine from this work to go into the handwork. And if I get a kind of unsteady movement, it's going to pass that through the sword also. So just feel the sword's really a reflection on the body as you go. So it's really giving you feedback on the structure of the body. In this case, really looking for something very, very calm and very grounded. And the sword will really tell me when it's not. So if I listen to it. No. Nice, nice, nice. Great. Okay, we'll just go to Yokonuchi. Keep the same feeling. We'll just start first with letting the sword go through. Just keep it very light. So in this case, you can release left hand or right hand. Depends on how comfortable you are with the shoulders. But just again, let the shoulders stay long as you go through it. You can also just keep both hands on. But just let the sword again drain through this way. Now you're not finding the back, so really important that I don't start to go into the front of the body. So really allow the body to find the ground and be very as balanced as possible. Come in here. Now just feel you're really introducing the movement in from the hip work. This. 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 Very similar to what we were doing yesterday, but much more contained. Boy, yeah. Yeah, good. Okay, good. Now, one of the problems with the Yokonuchi is the kind of leakage in the body. So you've got a kind of diagonal cut and you're twisting the hips up. One of the problems is that as I do something like that, then the back hip starts to kind of leak out and all my energy is being basically drained from the front. So you want to feel in again that the hip doesn't really leak to the back in this kind of way. So just watch now, the arms will give you feedback on this. So you've got this. What I don't want to happen is something like that, where the body gets kind of pulled out, either in the shoulder here or also in the hip, kind of getting dragged out this way. So just think of this unit of the upper body, really just settling down into it. It's going to be in a diagonal orientation, but it's not going to be pulled back either way or pulled back from the front. So the easiest way is to have a really clear front line or a really clear target in front of the body. Just feel that you're connecting into it with the whole body. And I want to really feel where the body's kind of draining or leaking to the back. And I want to feel that it's going to just, again, hit the ground, in the ground, in the ground, in the ground, in the ground. There, somewhere there. Yeah. Good. Yeah. There. Yeah. Okay. The other one, the other thing this will also show you, will really give you feedback on, is where you start the movement from here. So the sword's down low. This will really tell me if I start in the shoulder, the sword will get dragged up like this. So it will be a very movement like this. Get the sense that the sword's down low. You're actually just going to drag it from the ground. So really feel that you're drawing it up with the body rather than letting the shoulders raise up to pull the sword up. Don't think about raising the sword. Just draw the sword in this way. So don't worry too much about the sword being dragged up. Just let the body go in and then let it drag it down. If the arms are connecting into the center, the arms will just get dragged up. You want to really feel that they're being dragged up from underneath. Again, it's really coming down to kind of core cue movements rather than these kind of movements. Let the arm be dragged up through the system. Coming down. Coming down. So just really feel where that first motion is coming from into the sword. Like that. Yeah. Okay, then watch this. So again, these movements can be very subtle, so you've got to be really on guard for them because if they're not always going to be big movements. So this
This is kind of big movements. This is big, but that movement can also be a very subtle movement. So it can be like that in the hand. So something in the hand. The hand's always going to try and take over. So it's always going to try and do something. It might just be something in the elbow, something like that. But it'd be very subtle. But just notice what there might be, or it might just be a tension in the upper body like this. It might be in the neck. Something goes, but really try and get that it's just going to drain down. So you, again, it goes back to this kind of calmness. As long as if I'm kind of fixated on the feeling of raising the sword, something's going to go in the upper body, but really just think about my relationship to the ground, and it just comes through. Just play now also with going forward with it. So don't necessarily do this on the spot. Really make it a little bit of a bigger movement and let the body move into it. But it should have a really kind of calm quality, especially in the upper body. So you don't want really any signals happening in the upper body. And play a little bit with where you're starting the sword from now. So come down, if you want, from this kind of Chudan position, basic kamae, and then just let the body go. And just notice those kind of signaling movements which happen. And you want to notice them because they're really feedback for the body's balancing. If I can listen to them, I can also use them to increase my sense of balance in the body and increase my sense of feeling kind of whole with the whole body. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Good. Nice. Nice. Good, great. Okay, good. We'll go into the ski work. So just with the front foot, front hand, just coming in with the right side. So just let the body come in. Keep this again very soft, and just focus on this kind of. There's a really this kind of quality now going through the body. So there's a really different kind of quality being passed into the sword now. This from the hip. So just starting from this position, feel the draining into the ground and the pressing through. So really now very subtle movement, but really based on these same kind of principles. Letting the body drain down. So really calm. Just passing the sword through. Goes through. Goes through. Goes through. The body's nice and grounded. So no real focus, just sword pass into. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so you've got these different kind of movements. So when you're working like this shomanuchi, you've got this movement. So this is happening with the wrist. When we're doing like yokonuchi, you're basically twisting that. So you're making it much more of a rounded movement. When we're going to ski work, you're doing this kind of stuff. So the whole forearm's going into these kind of positions. This, and that's a kind of corkscrew is going to come from the elbow that way. So just watch in this case, you don't want to do something like this. Like this, you want to do something in this case like this. So there's a spiraling happening from the wrist. So you've got these kind of movement, this,
this, but really feel that that coil is going to come from the back. Also try both sides. This way, the left side you might find a little bit easier because you've got the backs really rolling in. But again, really think about passing coil through the sword, through the sword, through the sword, through the sword. If you were to just move out, so something like this, coming in, but not something here. It's got a real sense of coiling, spiraling. So we use this stuff all the time, but it's a little bit contained. Yeah. Nice. There we go. Great. Nice. Good. Just take it now from either 𝒊𝒏𝒕 or 𝒂𝒄𝒒𝒏𝒕 and just go into the ski up the same side. So cut wherever you like, but feel that there, and then straight into a ski. Cut whichever side you like, straight into a ski. Just follow this pattern. You can do it with a 𝒊𝒏𝒕 or the 𝒂𝒄𝒒𝒏. Just follow that same pattern. Cut, thrust. Cut, thrust. Really focusing on the change in hip work as you go into the thrust. Something needs to change for that movement to go through. Yeah. Whoosh. Whoosh. Nice. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Yeah, just watch. In this case, use the cut in a way to bring the body together. So if you think about the cut where you've got two sides of the body really joined together, and then in the ski work, I'm using that connection and pressing it through. Now in this case, for the ski, I don't want any side of the body or either side of the body to dominate the cut, the thrust. So just watch for things like this where the body gets pulled out, especially on this side. The body gets kind of pulled out. It's kind of being drawn from one side. So really think that this movement's like a kind of draw together and then I press it out. Draw together, press it out. So think about techniques as well. I don't want one side of the body to dominate or one side of the body to dominate. This will always just end in basically a disbalance in the body. So again, think about the quality of the connection to the ground and the connection between both sides of the body. They're really imbalanced. So you want to bring the whole body into balance, left side, right side, and especially during the ski work because I'm really using one side of the body to project forward, but don't allow that to distort the structure. Yeah, so really keep the left side, right side in balance. Left side, right side balanced. There we go. Yeah, nice. Great. So just like a little bit of this slicing work. So just using one side of the body, just from here, just let the sword go across. So just first, don't worry about so much the connection. Just think about opening this space up. So you've got a really clear horizontal in the body. Again, just don't let the body be drawn out by one side. Let the body again drain down and open out. Drain down, open out. Drain down, open out. Obviously, if you're doing with this a katana, it's going to be a bit more of a kind of slicing movement. But just think about drawing the sword out. Drawing the sword out. So less about kind of slicing with it. Just think about opening the body. So you're really opening the body out. Think about this classic move we do all the time with 𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂𝒂 it's just opening the body out. Not so much concerned with the sword. What's happening in the body? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Great, good. And then just do the same thing. You're just going to shift the weight. So you're going to shift over to the side. So just focusing on the right hand. You can do it with both hands, but just watch the body doesn't get kind of pulled out. So if you want, you can just keep the right side on the body. You can also start from these positions as well. So something where I've really got a very clear image of the body being closed and then opening out. Closed and opening out. So you really want the sensation of the body really slicing open with the body, not with the sword. So the body's going to really open out, open out, open out. And you can start from any position you like, just get this kind of sensation of close and then open, close, open. And really feel where that opening, that movement comes from to open the body. Feel where it comes from. Yeah, in this case, don't mistake, well, this is true. Don't mistake the movement for the movement itself. So the action of opening the body is really separate from the action of moving the body. But I don't want to link the two. So I don't want the idea of like opening and moving the body. This is really a little bit too rigid. So it's the same with the action of raising the sword here is different from the action of moving the body in. But you want those skills in a way to be separate, or you want to really have the feeling that those are separate things. Obviously, they're coming together. But I don't have the sensation that opening is caused by the body moving in space. So really get a clear sense that the opening here and the movement. So you can also, it's a bit artificial, but you're kind of splitting the movement into open and then go. This way, a little bit in Aikido, we talk about like extension and then go. What we don't do is like something like that. I don't want to mistake extension for pushing out. So I want to feel extension and then go. And it's the same here. There's a sense of opening and then go. A little bit artificial, but you want to bring those together. Oi, there we go. Don't go over your ankle. There. Whoa, goes that. That's it. Oi. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Nice. Great. And then just feel both hands come together from the right side, just rolling into it. So it's got a little bit more potential now. Think again, it's the same kind of action as you've got with the ski work, but you're really opening out. And then you want to feel a slight sense of impact through the body. So the impact's going to be made here at that point. And it's just going to go there, something there. You got this position, let the whole body, keeping that same sense of openness. So I don't want to let the movement become very tight in the body. So see the slices of kind of release. Release. Can also make it bigger as well. No. Whoosh. There we go. Nice. Yeah, correct. Good. So we'll do short sets just to finish. So you're going to start in Kenkamai here, right side, just one side. So you strike in, Shomanuchi, thrust in with the ski, and then from here, coil out this way, and then from here, step through with the Yokomanuchi. So just this side, so 4 movements. Let's here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This way here. Again, just focus on the quality of the movement, the balance in the body, compressions into the feet, really allowing the back to stay full, settling into the ground at every point. Whoosh. Good. And then we'll just make it a little bit bigger, so adding now rotations into it. So you start here, go in, this is the same, strike, ski, now from here, rather than slice the side, go right to the back, go into here. And then from here, release, rather than just go forward, let the whole body come in and back to the original direction. So you've got 2 rotation movement now. Goes 1, 2, 3, and then back, 4. Goes into here. So nice big rotation. Nice and dense, heavy through the rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, terrible. Very good. Whoosh. Whoosh. Yeah. Something like that. Whoosh. Very nice. Good. Whoosh. Very nice. Nice. Right. Just 30 seconds up. Just play with these movements. So you've got Shonuchi, skis, slice, Yokomanuchi. Just play with them also. Put them in any order you like, or just continue through it. So just again focusing on the intention in the body. This, whatever you like with it. Just follow the body. Right. Yes, you can also add in 7 Suburi. Just let the body stay calm. Release towards the ground. Big extension out. And if you lose it, just stop and start again. Nice. Very nice. Great, good. We will stop there. Very nice. よし、どうもありがとうございました。
どうもありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました。
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.